Hello, everybody. Welcome to, guess what? Episode 15, the finale of The Grow Show.
Season 3.
Wow, season 3. And my nephew say it's a wrap?
It's a wrap.
Wow.
This is the final episode of season 3. Remember we were talking about season 3? That was January.
Yeah.
We were talking about it and thinking about the focus of it and the theme of it and all of that. And now we are to the end.
We are here.
And I want to say something before we dive into this episode because, we talked about just the fact that we have made it to the end of season 3 and being so grateful for that because there are folks who start podcasts, whether it be audio version, definitely from a video version, who never make it past season 1. And the fact that we are here 3 seasons later says a lot. So it's good having you as my co-host.
I'm grateful. Your sidekick.
I know sometimes we have gotten, through a lot to get to these episodes.
Sometimes.
Get these recordings in. You don't know.
So you admitting on camera that you're a piece of work?
But the sprint, I'm a piece of work. Listen, I told him we had issues this morning. Not issues, but I'm like, if I mind Mr. Davis, as we go in this final episode, and I finished and I left it right like that because I don't.
And I responded, your queries and your concerns have been noted. Kind regards, management.
So I'm grateful. So of course we want to just recap the season. If you missed any episodes, this is your chance to kind of get a feel of what each episode was about. And then talk about what's next. Are you ready to dive in?
I'm ready. Ready as can be.
All right. So first of all, as we go through the seasons, I know we talked about us, but before we go into the episode, just thank them.
Yeah.
Those who watch and who have subscribed at the moment that new episode comes out. Yeah. They comment, right? And they share their feelings, they share their thoughts about what they're learning. Those who share the episodes, you know who you are as well. I want to thank you all for being with us.
Thank you for coming on the journey with us and giving us the feedback and giving us the support. That means a lot.
Yeah. So let's dive into each episode. So episode 1, the theme this year was evolved.
Yes.
And it took a journey to finally decide on the theme. And episode 1 was You Already Evolved, Own It. Mm-hmm. And it was all about identity and understanding how powerful you are as the operating in the future version of yourself. And so we opened the season with that truth that, listen, you don't have to become all the time. You don't have to always operate as from a place of growing. Operate from the place that you've grown.
Yeah.
And so that's episode.
And it's a mindset thing.
Yeah.
Mindset shift.
Yeah, and it starts with recognition of just who you are, and you have been doing the work already, so operating it. So episode 2 and 3 kind of was a continuation, and we introduced the evolved code or the evolved framework.
You framework us to life now.
Listen, I love frameworks.
Yeah, you have a framework for everything.
And why do I love frameworks? Because I'll tell you, if you ask someone or you ask me, let me put myself in that shoe, what we talked about a year from now, I will remember the evolved framework. Yeah. So it's a memory tool, at least one of the reasons why I love it. So we introduced the blueprint for intentional identity and growth. Mm-hmm. And of course, we went into each episode from there. Of course, that was also episode 3, where we dived into the evolved code even further. Any thoughts there?
No, I think you're good.
Yeah. Episode 4 was Excellence is Not Perfection. Remember that episode?
I love that. That was one of my favorite.
Yeah, we talked about standards.
Yeah.
And just sometimes we get things confused with being excellent, but we are stuck in perfection.
Trying to be perfect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that we moved from the theory of it to daily practice, showing what an evolved life looks like in action. Yeah. I've mixed up the episodes now, but I think it's episode 5.
We had 5.
The decision that keep you stuck. Remember that episode? So we explored the choices we made or avoid each day as we accelerate our evolution. What decisions are keeping us stuck in the old version of ourselves? Remember any of those decisions?
I can't think of one right now.
Episode 6 was a continuation of the one decision you need to move forward. And each one of this, of course, went into the evolved framework. And when we go to this decision that was keeping us stuck, I remember Charmaine, you know who you are. We were having a conversation recently, and she watches the show. So kudos to you, Charmaine. And she was like, Keisha, that reminds me of the types of decisions, because that is really going into value-based decisions, right? Making those decisions from a place of values and not anything else. And one of those decisions that came up in that episode was people-pleasing decisions. And we were talking about pretty much how we spend money just based on a scenario that would happen. And she was like, Isha, one thing about you, you're not going to make a decision to please people. And so if you've not watched that episode.
Not even your husband?
I probably,
it depends.
I would, but it wouldn't be I wouldn't feel, I don't know if
It's
I'll
not
do
your
it if I don't
normal
feel
way of
forced.
making decision, but
Yeah.
if you have to do it to please me, you do it.
Yeah,
You don't play
probably
about
would.
your husband. You
Say that
only
again.
you play with me, but you don't play about me.
What are you talking about? So just, going back to that episode, if you struggle with making decisions that are not based on value, then you want to go back and watch that episode.
And some of the things that cause you to make certain decisions.
Then, of course, we looked at episode 7, which was one of my favorite episodes, and that was, are you playing humble, or are you humble, or are you just playing small?
I like that one too.
And we asked the question whether are you hiding or are you being humble, and are you ready to be seen? That was a big one. I think a lot of persons who commented and had thoughts about the show, that struck a chord with them. Because I believe many persons could relate that they try to be humble, but they're really hiding.
Yeah, really hiding.
Yeah.
Crutch, not to expose yourself to the bigger or the fear of going too big and maybe not even able to handle it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting. I had a coaching call right before this, and what I find based on this episode, based on this particular topic, is that we create reasons why we want to stay in hiding even before even taking the first step.
Yeah.
You know, she was caught up on what if she was talking with sales, and she was like, what if this happens, or what if that happens, or what if the other, and I'm like, but you
And I know you tell her, what if it don't happen?
Yeah, no, but I didn't even go there. But I'm like, but you've not even started yet.
The stories we tell ourselves, the limiting
Yeah,
beliefs.
she's not done anything in that direction. So I'm like, are you going to use what you think may happen to actually stop you from starting?
And do you think it's fair above anything else?
It's fair. Fair is usually the underlying thing.
Yeah.
Fair is usually the underlying source.
And it's fear of failure, and sometimes person have fear of success too. Wow.
I remember a coach told me that I was afraid of success. And I was like, what, who, me? Of course not. But then I really stopped to think about it, and I was like, wow, that could be something I need to explore. So we all have some type of fear. So that was one of my favorite episodes. If you struggle with hiding, definitely go and watch that episode. Episode 8 is Your Confidence Isn't Coming, It's Created. And so that talks about courage, and courage isn't the gift you wait on. It's what you get by doing what you
have to walk into it. You have to walk into the confidence.
Yeah. Episode 9, Letting Go Isn't Giving Up, It's Growing Up. And that was based on the L in Evolved. We talked about just letting go. What are you letting go of? And we redefined what letting go was. It's not loss.
No.
It's leadership, right? And it's how do you be okay with letting go and reframing it from the negative.
And just knowing what no longer serves you.
Yeah.
And
then-
sometimes that may include people. One is usually difficult for most people.
Yeah.
You will let go of things, but you don't want to let go of people.
And it's also it's so funny. We had, speaking of letting go and understanding this concept and tying it back to the experiences that we've had during the season, recently we went shopping for some furniture. And we were willing to let go of that item. And although it was a furniture and not like letting go our identity and letting, because she came and she told us we had to buy it all in bulk.
Yeah.
And we were like,
hang up on that particular item.
yeah, we wanted that one item.
We watched that item for like a month.
For a while,
Yeah.
for a while. And we were like, we came back with the money to buy that item. And she was like, no, we can't sell it separately. You have to buy it in bulk. So we were like, we're not interested in buying it. We were literally walking out. We were willing to let it go. And I had a whole plan of action for that piece of furniture. Like I had a whole plan laid out. And the moment we started to walk away, what happened?
She said, you know what? Let me ask my boss if you... you get it not because you didn't ask. And from there, just open up.
And from there, we were able to get the item. And it's that same message around letting go, whether it be your identity or letting go your client. Just having the courage to say, I may have had plans for that, or I may have had a vision for whatever that thing is, but are you confident enough or bold enough to let it go and see where it goes
Even
from
with
there?
a relationship, you're in a relationship for years. I've had a friend of mine told me, she stayed in the relationship because she didn't want to start over. And she didn't want our son to see us start over again. And so sometimes you stay because you don't want to start over.
Yeah. So that's an episode I think everyone needs to watch if you've not watched it, and share it with someone who you feel is struggling to let go of whatever they're struggling to let go of. Episode 11 and 12, they go hand in hand. They were dealt with vision-led living, the V in evolved, the second V. And the episode 11 was, are you vision-led or are you vision lost? Are you being led by the vision, or
Do you even have a
do
vision,
you have vision?
to lead you?
Or is it, what else is leading you?
Yeah, what else is leading you? Wow.
It's fear leading you.
Yeah.
It's people opinions leading you. All of those things. And so we confronted the cost of drifting and recommitted and asked you to recommit to living from a place of vision and nothing else. And then, of course, the second part of that was vision-led living part 2, really just helping. This is where we had the game. Remember that? This or that. Being able to say, what type of vision do we want?
That was fun. That was the fun side of you coming in.
What do you mean by that?
Huh? You want me to explain that on
Yes,
national
I
TV?
do.
You can sometimes be caught up on just business. And so sometimes I have to pull you out of that element of, just talking business. Because we could sit down and we could talk business for hours.
Yes.
And then I will say, do you have another subject we could talk about?
And then I go quiet.
And then you'll go quiet and say, then you'll say, you bring a subject. And then
Right.
and that's what I will talk about.
What would you talk about?
Relationship, marriage. We're so night
And
and
I'm
day.
like, do you have
I am
another
day
topic
and
to
you are
talk
night.
So yeah, it's really just driving that message home of just being able to decide, and operating from a place of having fun, and that was definitely a fun episode. Episode 13 was the E in evolved, and it was expand your what?
Capacity.
Expand your capacity. What do you remember about that episode?
You're trying to take this brain back. It's just being able to think
Yes.
and allow yourself to grow and just not limiting yourself to the familiar, the things that you're used to,
Yeah.
the comfort zone, the comfort level.
Yeah, it's the subtitle was you say you want more, but can you handle it?
Could you handle it?
Yes, that is definitely a watch because it challenges you to determine whether or not you're ready for the abundance that you say you want.
You want the promotion. Are you willing to even work extra hours? You want that relationship. Are you willing to put up with somebody else's personality, somebody else's OCD and ADHD, or all the stuff that they bring to the relationship, somebody else's past trauma? Because sometimes you have to work through some of the things, you know?
You want $1 million business, but are you willing
See,
to?
business.
'Cause I have to bring it up. My clientele of business people. You want $1 million business, but are you willing to
make $1 million decisions.
Make $1 million decisions and make the dollar decisions of asking someone for the sale every single day.
Yeah.
All right, so that's just my area, and then our episode 14, our last episode, which was also a really good one, and it was the D in evolved, and it talks about doubling down.
Doubling down with the
Doubling
emphasis.
down, and that goes into commitment. So we close the season with that message of do not retreat, do not back down, do not get fearful, do not play
retreat,
small,
no surrender.
right?
No.
Trust the version of you that's already evolved. And even when we had our little come to Jesus moment on that episode, remember that? When I waited to bring something up
and put me out on.
Oh, do you want to give an
Front
update?
Street. An update on that? What's the update?
The update.
What's the update? You didn't give me an update, so you can put it on Front Street.
I didn't give you an update that I got the client
Oh, you got the client. Yes, you did.
at the rate
At the rate that you offered.
that I offered, and I felt like I could have asked for more.
Yes.
In fact, they asked me to add something else onto the proposal.
Yes.
Okay. Just for those who watched, that was the update.
But of course, you know that had nothing to do with the negotiation that I was talking about. But I yield, I succumb, I give in, and I allow you that one. I take that one for the team.
Yes, please take it for the team. I doubled down and I won. Okay.
Yeah, you did, and I'm happy for you. More for us to spend this summer.
See that? Anyway, so we went through the episodes. What was your favorite episode? What was your favorite insights? Anything that you learned about yourself as we journeyed through this season?
The episode on expanding your capacity. I think that has always been a part of my, and I don't think it's fair, because I'm not doing it from a fearful place. I think it's more from comfort as opposed to fear. And so I will rationalize and put things in place to make sure that things work in alignment. And sometimes you have to step out of the logics in order to expand and move in faith.
Yeah. And we had conversations about that recently as well, just being able to normalize what it feels like to stretch out of that comfort zone. And so I get that. I think for me, one of my favorite episodes is that, and it was just a reinforcement for me around excellence is not perfection. Not that I find myself in perfectionist zone a lot, but it was just that reminder of there is a very thin line.
You could get there with the perfection. You could get there.
I could, and I don't let the perfectionism keep me stuck.
Yeah, you have grown past that. Yeah.
So it was that reminder, because I am wanting to lean more and more and more into excellence, and it could also very easily tip over to the perfection. So that was one of my favorite
I think
episodes.
for you, the perfection part doesn't come in the business element, because you seem to have a grasp of that. It comes in the relationship where you doubt yourself with some things. Or you, if I say something, you may take it as me wanting perfection, or you may second guess yourself, and it don't necessarily mean to second guess yourself. You see what I'm saying? But from the business standpoint, I get you. You make those decisions and you move forward. But in the relationship, you could sometimes come across as if you're intimidated, or you don't have the same confidence.
Yeah, and I think too, because like you say, I'm obsessed with business, so it's a normal thing. I use that word. You didn't use that word. I tell people I'm obsessed with business. That's the nature of what I do.
Yeah, you're passionate. I wouldn't say
I'm
so. You're
passionate. Okay, that's a nicer word for it.
You're passionately obsessed.
I'm just honest. I know. I love business. So yeah, those two were that was my favorite. And then if I had a second, it would be Doubling Down.
Yeah.
I really love that episode, and it's about just trusting that you are the person who you worked so hard to become.
Yeah. And not going back to
and not
past
going
habits.
back. And it's easy to go back.
easy.
It's so easy to go back. And so, if you've not watched all of the season, go ahead and watch the entire season. I want to leave this quote, and ironically, I'm calling Charmaine again because she said this to me. She watched the entire episode and she said this, and I'm like, that sounds so much like Evolved. And it's a quote from Neville Goddard. And it says, assume the consciousness of being the one you want to be, and you will be saved from your present state. Is that powerful?
Yeah, deep. That sounds just like
That's
Charmaine, deep.
Yeah, that is so deep, and it really causes you to think. So I just want to thank you all for watching this
yes,
episode.
it was.
We are off to enjoy the fruits of
Yes.
our labor.
Yes.
What does that look like?
So we're heading off to vacation into a far, far destination.
Far, far
very
away
far
place.
destination, a far away place.
And we're going to enjoy it. Continue to comment and share your thoughts and share the episodes, because as we go and enjoy our time, we perhaps will still be watching to see what people say.
So the big question is, will there be a season 4? It's a big cliffhanger, y'all, so you'll have to wait and see.
We'll see.
We leave you hanging, and until next time, live evolved.
Live evolved.